What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest, one of our head VIP coaches here at Creator Haven, Gio. Gio has done now over $2 million with the TikTok shop GMV. We last interviewed him around 9 months ago. Since then, he has accumulated over $1 million more in GMV, and he is now one of our head VIP coaches here at Creator Haven that works with creators daily and does a ton of stuff with strategy plans and scaling creators to that next level. Today, we're going to be breaking down his entire day-to-day process, how he films, how he edits, and how he's consistently hitting anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 a month with TikTok shop. We'll also be covering what he does daily inside of the agency Creator Haven, as he is one of our head VIP coaches that hops on calls with creators every single day. Anyways, enough said. Let's get straight into this video. Tons of value, so make sure you pay attention. And yeah, let's get right into it. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest. We have Gio, who is now one of our VIP coaches inside of Creator Haven. He's been with us for over a year now and has done over $2 million with the GMV on TikTok shop. Absolutely freaking insane. Gio, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Gio. So I've been doing TikTok shop for almost a year and a half now. And then since joining Creator Haven, it's kind of taken off. And I couldn't even think of where my life would be at without this. So it's kind of insane. But even now, a coach, I get to see so many people just change their lives like I did. So it's a really great feeling. And hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully I get to coach one of you guys.
Yep, 100%. And we did an interview with you, I think it was around 8 months ago. We covered a lot at the time. You'd only done around $1 million. Now you've done $2 million in GMV. So for those who didn't watch that last interview, kind of what were you doing before even starting TikTok shop, and kind of what did your life kind of look like day to day?
Yeah, 100%. So before TikTok shop, I was really just a college student, like working at Walmart, like 30, 40 hours a week. I was making like 13, 14 bucks an hour. Don't even really remember the exact number now. It's kind of crazy, but I just remember how it felt. I hated my life. I was just working 40 hours a week, 16 hours of credit hours. That was it. But it was routine. That's what everyone else around me was doing. I was never really someone who was satisfied with that though. I tried like sneaker reselling, trading, like everything, you name it. But none of it really worked. And then I kind of landed on TikTok shop, and now it's kind of taken off for me.
Damn. So how did you kind of find TikTok shop? Was it just like a random video you saw? Like kind of walk me through that. Like how did you first?
Yeah. So I'll be completely real with you. So it was like one night in my room. I was like maybe 2 weeks after a breakup. I was just scrolling. I had nothing better to do. And then someone was really talking about their earnings from TikTok shop. They made like 80K in like off one video. It was kind of like, it was just insane numbers. It kind of seems like skeptical at the point, but that night I just literally found an account, started buying followers for it. You can't do that now with the ads method, but back then I was locking in as fast as possible. But I saw people like insane months, and I was like, no way this is real. But if they could do it, I just felt like if they could do it, the person I was seeing on screen, there's no reason I couldn't have done that 2 times better. So I just locked in.
And obviously now you can't post hundreds of times a day, but I remember 7, 8 months ago when we could do that. Kind of walk me through your day to day when we first started shop, maybe those first 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, 100%. So like those first like 3 to 6 months, like the first like 2 to 3 of them, I was posting top of funnel content, really just posting. Really had no idea what I was posting. Like the Kardashians don't want you to know this, like NAD type style, conspiracy, like Simpson style stuff. I was just copying what I was doing well, trying to make it work. I did like 3K in total in like those 60 days, and like it made $300, which is like no one wants to hear that, but that's kind of the truth. The first 6 days I only made $300 from shop. But I kind of saw like you posted a Black Friday screenshot. You had like, it was like 6 accounts at the time, and you had like 15K day. It's insane. Like if someone sees that, it doesn't make sense to them. And then I kind of just pulled me in, and I started locking in with this. And then I had my first $300 day in the spring campaign, and I by posting the 50 to 100 videos a day. And then after that, and then I think like 2 weeks later, I hit my first $500 day. And like literally thanks to Bruce and seeing what was possible if you just locked in with shop. And then after that, so even the first 100 days of shop was kind of slow. But then you see all your inputs just take off at once. And then like it was at a point where I wasn't even looking at my commission, just focusing on the inputs, having that toggle on the weekly, and just posting as many videos as I could every day. So I think that's a big thing that no one wants to hear.
100%. So how did you stay motivated during those 100 days when, somebody obviously watching this right now is probably like, oh my God, he only made $300 through his first almost 100 days. How in the world did you keep on pushing? Because that comes out to probably not even a couple dollars a day. Yeah, less than minimum wage for sure. I think the main thing was like really you just have to want it bad enough. Like if you're in a spot where you want TikTok shop to work out for you, you should put your back against the wall, but there should be no plan B. That was really my thing. It was just, I'm going to make TikTok shop work, and then I made it work. So that's what I think. Like a lot of people won't sacrifice things, or that no one really wants to tell you in the beginning, like, hey, like you're going to have to be able to outwork some of these people who are going to only post 5 to 10 videos a day. And if you're able to do 3x what they're doing, of course, 2 months from now, you're going to be double what they're at.
So I know there were days I missed stuff, I sacrificed things, but I chose to sit there and post videos. And now looking back, I would trade that 10 times over to get me to where I was. So you only think yourself after you post the videos.
100%. And what would you say is like the hardest part, maybe during that time period that nobody really talked about? Was it like the mental part of it? Was it the part that?
100%. So I think more like the mental side of things, because it's really, you're having to wake up and there's no one really there telling you like, hey, you're doing the right thing. You don't know what's like if you're doing things right. It's definitely a mental block. I think it's the biggest thing in the first 90 days is having the right mindset approach. Because if you're not able to wake up and tell yourself, hey, like I know I'm doing everything right, or even having it like creatorhaven, even having them saying like, hey, you're on the right track, it's really hard to not get you motivated by yourself when you see someone post a 15K a month. So really 100%. Is mindset's so huge in the cigar shop.
100%. And kind of when did it stop feeling like a side thing and more of like an actual business operation where you're showing up, you're doing this X, Y, and Z every single day? Was that like month 1, month 2, month 3?
100%. So I think it was like month 4, like halfway through month 4, at the start of the new month. I was really working in Walmart in lawn and garden, and I literally pulled out my phone and 2 Halter bonuses hit for like $2,500. But then later that night, all the rest of my payouts hit for the month, and I hit like I think it was like $11,000 for the month. And it was kind of insane because I was literally clocked out for my lunch break at Walmart. So I remember I literally went back in and I told them I was going on vacation with the CEO, and I just never came back. So it was kind of just the point that I just made it my full thing. But it was kind of the point that like I was already putting in so much work outside that I was already treating it like a business. I knew when I got off, I had to go do 4 hours of filming. So it's like, I think a lot of people, you have to make this a priority in your schedule, treat it like a job, treat it like it's your 9 to 5 until it is your 9 to 5.
100%. I think that's a pretty big misconception a lot of people have. They believe like, oh, I can only put in 10 minutes of work, 20 minutes of work a day. It's really not the case with anything. And if you really treat it like a business, like you did, kind of walk them through kind of how you went from, obviously, the broke college kid, and then 6 or 7 months later, you ended up buying a Corvette off of this as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So I think the main thing really was like, I really was waking up in the morning and I was posting like my 10, 15 videos before I was even hopping in the shop. I mean, I'm hopping on my phone. First thing I'm doing is posting videos. So like I was making it a priority. And I know a lot of people they're like, hey, I can only do this for 30 minutes a day, and then I'm going to go watch Netflix or go hang out with people or go do this or that. Like you have to treat this like it's like the number one thing in your life. Like you're going to make it work. So I know like that's what I did. I literally obsessed over TikTok shop for like that 6 months, like you said. And that's why I just bought that Corvette cash. So I think like as a college student too, like anyone can do this because I was working 30, 40 hours a week and still able to do it. I just had to, my lunch breaks when I was at work and I had time, I was posting the videos. Like there's times where people will be like, oh, like they don't have, you can really make it time in your schedule and then it'll work. But really, even when I was in college, I was editing videos as well. So you just put it in your schedule and then you're going to be able to hit those months if you're willing to show up every day.
Yeah. And some people think as well that you were like some, doing communications degree. What were you doing again? You were like computer science?
No. I was doing cybersecurity. I'm really finishing up my last semester now. So it was hard classes. Like they took time. So there's no reason anyone can't do this. Like I was working 34 hours a week, and then on top of that, 16 credit hours. Like if I was able to do that, if you're doing nothing in life right now, there's no reason you can't buy an account and at least hit 10K a month.
Oh, 100%. So kind of how did you go from doing this kind of yourself and as just a creator to kind of, becoming one of our coaches inside of Creator Haven?
Yeah, 100%. So I think like after doing this for so long, like you get to a point to where like, of course, like seeing the numbers gets so satisfying. But I think a huge shift kind of happened to me, or like just helping people. It feels genuinely better, like just getting people to where you are. And it's not just like, oh, I got myself there, but seeing other people get there. And there's a lot of trial and error to figure out. Like that first 3-month period could have been a week long if I had been in Creator Haven, of not knowing what to do. And having 10 students who are doing this and having people who do better than me, it makes me feel good because it's like, like that's the whole reason this exists. This whole reason Creator Haven exists is just seeing other people do better as well as a whole group of us. And I think that's the biggest thing, just seeing other people succeed as well alongside us.
100%. And I think especially setting them up with that strategy plan on their first call, giving them that 100%. Custom roadmap plan, I think goes further than pretty much any other agency or community even does, because, from day one, regardless if you're doing $0 a month or if you're coming to us at 30, 40K a month, trying to get scaled,
no matter what,
to that next level.
No matter what, like we're going to take you there. Like no matter if you're complete beginner, you know how to open up the TikTok shop, like creator menus, where like if you're doing 20, 50, 75K a month, like we can take you to the next level as well. I think that strategy plan, like you're talking about, like it really breaks down everything that they need to know. They only have to show up every day. And I think that's like, that makes it so easy for everyone, because that's usually the thing. People have to do product research. They don't know what to post, this or that. Yeah. It breaks it all down and they can just lock into the shop.
Yeah, 100%. Especially since, we do also give, the trending products list, the retainer deals, regardless if you have any GMV, the first day you come in, regardless of GMV, you get tapped into trending products, auto-proof free samples, retainer deals, all that sort of stuff. So kind of roughly how many accounts have you kind of looked at now as being a coach here for, over the past 4 or 5 months? And, what does that let you see that, a beginner really cannot see?
Yeah, so I probably looked at close to probably 500 plus accounts now at this point, and all different people, all different niches, all different starting points, like you're kind of saying as well. And the pattern kind of jumps out at you at first. And I kind of see like, even if someone's just starting out in shop, it's consistency. if I pull up someone's account and they're saying like they're struggling with sales or this or that, but their last video was posted 2 or 3 days ago, and that's like an instant red flag in my head, because like there's no video. If there's no video in the last 8 to 12 hours, there's just simply not enough volume happening there. Even if it's just one video, you should be showing in TikTok eyes like, hey, like that's the first thing. Like you want to show them like you're consistent, you're showing up every day. But on top of that, the second thing is product selection. Like if you're running the same 3 to 5 products on repeat and wondering why no one's clicking on it, but you've posted 100 videos on all of them, there's something like wrong there. And it's like there are thousands upon thousands of products on the shop now, and there's no reason to be stuck cycling the same 5 products that don't even have ad spend on. And like another thing too, just different shirts, different angles, stuff like that. There's no reason you should have 100 videos all in the same exact spot with the same exact shirt on. Even just a simple angle switch or different hat on backwards could show TikTok the biggest difference and actually push your videos out a lot more.
100%. And would you say consistency out of everything you just said? What I'm getting out of it is, consistency matters the most. Obviously, switching up your angles, testing out new products and testing out new angles. So if they kind of follow the consistency framework, diversifying the product selection framework, and diversifying their content style framework, they could hit 15 to 20K a month pretty freaking easily.
Oh, 100%. I think the main thing, like out of all this, just consistency. Everyone knows not everyone knows what they have to do a shop, but once we give you the strategy plan, if you just show up every single day, do what it says, there's no reason you can't hit 15, 20K a month. You have the product selection, you have the video styles, and you know what to do. So it's really just up to you every day to show up and just put that 2 hours in a day. And I'll say this to a lot of people, will stress showing up for the 2 hours, but when you wake up that next day, you're going to forget about that 2 hours you put in the day before.
Yep.
But the commission coming in, you'll see day after day.
No, 100%. So you would say that's kind of the first thing you check for when you see one of these accounts is are they actually posting these videos, and are they kind of building up that wide product selection?
100%. Those are the 2 main things.
And I feel like, especially with the 2026 algorithm with GMV Max, if you're not staying consistent, obviously GMV Max, it requires you to build this wide product selection, and it also requires you to post more than 1 or 2 times a day. It's not 2023, 2024, even early 2025 algorithm now, where you can only get away with posting 1 to 2 times a day. Super, like you were trying to do at the very beginning with the conspiracy style, with heavy top of funnel content. Of course, people still crush with those styles, but it's a very small select group. So
100%, and most of those people as well have like dedicated ad spend behind from the brands, or they're on dedicated brand deals. So like they know the videos are going to perform well regardless. So I know a lot of people like today, like even just when you look back at like the last months out, like products that were working then and now, you can't really post 2 products and like be Goalie and Nello and think you're going to hit 100K a month now. It's just, there's so many products on shop now. Even if you catch onto a product now, you could hit 10, 20K a month off that one product. But there's just so many products on shop now. There's no reason to limit yourself to 2. There's also more affiliates coming on. It's not saturated, but there's just more affiliates coming on, more samples going on. So you want to be able to diversify from just one or 2 products. And that's kind of just different as shop evolves as well.
100%. And I think that's something we really preach inside the agency and on your coaching calls as well, is to not verticalize down, to not stick to only 1 to 3 brands, to kind of build up that wide product selection. And I know personally for me, on my accounts, I'm posting anywhere from 20 to 30 new products per day, which in the normal person seems insane, but it really isn't. When you're requesting a ton of samples, you can go in store, you can, do bundle packs. Like there's a bunch of different ways you can get your hands on all these different products that are coming out. And especially when you get your GMV up there as well, a lot of these companies, they'll just send you these products. Like you'll get into Discords, you'll make connections with brand managers, and they'll just ship you the products without you even knowing. And you all of a sudden you just have 10, 20 products a week even coming in that are brand new releases. And I think that's something that, like you said, is super important, is building that wide product selection, having these new products and always testing and never really sticking in one specific vertical. So would you say that's kind of like one of the biggest mistakes you see week after week or day after day is like an affiliate sticking to only 1 or 2 products, only staying in like one vertical?
100%. I know a lot of people like, it's kind of like they'll just ruin it for themselves. They'll just stay in one niche and they're like, I can only do this product. Like if I get out of this niche, like I think that's the biggest mistake, because there's tens of thousands of products on shop, and there's no reason if one thing's not working for you, it's not going to work. Or even just sticking to 2 to 3 products, like it's not going to work in 2026. And even just new releases like you were talking about. I know Pro Bioderm kind of released like a new bundle set. And I literally got all 6 of them, and I literally posted a bundle. It made like 3 or 4 sales first day. So it's like you were saying, like there's so many new products out there on shop that if you just get your hands on them and post them, you're gonna do amazing. And I know even bigger brands, I know like Blink Amazon cameras just got on the shop as well. And they send out collab invites. It was like almost daily for the new products. So like hopping on those are always like so good, and it's for free. Like you're saying, you hit gold on shop, 90% of stuff it's going to be free. Someone got like a $600 pull for free as a gold member.
That's insane.
It's just like there's so much stuff in there that you get, and then you can. I know it sounds crazy, like to think about like 20 packages a day at your door. There's a point I was getting like 100, 200 packages a day of just different stuff. So like there's so many products on shop, and there's no reason to just limit yourself to fashion or this or that. One month ad cat treats doing like my second best performing.
Yeah, that's
I don't even have a cat.
Yeah, I think one of my top sellers right now is literally like a horse supplement. I have stuff from horse supplements to Samsung to QVC listings to dog beddings to comfort blankets to consumables items. Bloom is one of my top sellers. They're like so it's just like the widest range possible. And these accounts are bringing me anywhere from 30 to 40K a month. So
I think literally that Bloom can literally was TikTok Shop's best seller the other day, like as a whole. Like not even it was like 55 cases or 55,000 cases. And it kind of just shows if you hop on a new product, that's so much money.
And the craziest part is these guys, they send it to me early. So this is like, I'm on like their renewing list. So any new release that Bloom comes out with, I get it shipped straight to my front door. So that's kind of
that's like you're preaching, like just having that variety and just building those relationships. Like it's
100%. So what would you say like kind of actually separates, you know, the people who make money from the people who kind of quit? Do you think it's like talent? Do you think it's consistency? Kind of break that down.
Yeah, I don't really think it's talent, really, to be honest with you anymore. I say there's a time that people really want it to be talent because it feels safer that way. It's like, oh, I just don't have it in me. But I watch people with zero on camera experience, no fancy setup, nothing special about them, just absolutely take off. And I think like Scott's a great example. He literally a month and a half in, hit like a 15 or 20K a month. It really, so no, it's not talent. It's just what separates them is they can have a month or 2 months of no videos just flopping in a row. And then after that, it's just something clicks, like the snowball starts rolling. And I feel like too, at TikTok Shop, people like to say this. I feel like there's a tax you have to pay in the beginning. Like there's a 30, 60 day, maybe even 90-day stretch where you just have to pay your dues to TikTok and then they kind of reward you for that. So everyone gets the week where nothing's working, that everyone feels like it hates them. But the people who quit are the ones that let that one video flop and that's just the end of their story. Consistency plus like being in here, just being coached every single time. Someone who shows up even when it's not working yet, and someone who can hear like, hey, I tried this without quitting, or I did this. It's not a personality trait whether you're born with it or not, or if you come talk on camera in a specific way. It's just a decision to know you showed up every day and posted the videos even when it felt pointless to release on it. And once you make that decision, those are the ones that are like the top 1% that you're making money.
100%. And I really think that, you know, like you said, you don't need to be some crazy influencer to do a TikTok Shop. That's the whole point of it. You don't have to be the Alex Earl. You don't have to be some crazy influencer with tens of millions of followers. You can be an average dad like Scott. You could be somebody like yourself who's a college student. You could be somebody like Cayman who's 18 years old, 19 years old. You could be somebody like Kelly who's 42. You could be somebody like Tara who's, you know, a mom of two kids. So there's no discrimination with TikTok Shop. You could be from any background, any age, and make it work. We have people inside of Creator Haven that are 18 years old. We have people inside of Creator Haven that are 75 years old. And the results speak for themselves in terms of our wins and all that sort of stuff. So 100%, you know, totally agree with all that. So now I'm kind of going to shift this. So where do you think, what do you think works right now? So obviously over the past 3 months, but I'll back it up a little bit. Over the last 6 months, TikTok Shop has completely changed, especially over the past year. So kind of break down for me, like what works now that didn't work, you know, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, kind of break all that down.
100%. So I think right now in Shop, TikTok's really wanting more quality over anything. They're wanting more like that middle funnel style. And a lot of people are stressing if they're just quitting Shop. And I feel like for us, if you're going to go ahead and quit Shop right now at this point in time, like you just left so much more money on the table for us. And like, if you want to leave. But even you can do a BOF video that's going to take maybe double the time it took you for one bottom of the funnel video. And it's going to perform even better if not the same as that BOF video did. And I know like 6 months ago, you could get away with spam posting 100, 200 times a day, throwing up AI content that was horrible, BOF slop. And the platform would basically let it slide. And I know, especially with the US acquiring Shop over the past like 6 months now, the doors basically been closed really hard on that. And if you're still operating like a year and a half ago, posting like buy one, get one free, obviously that's not going to work. You're not going to succeed on Shop long term right now. And what works right now is quality, guys. Quality over quantity. And even you can still do quantity. If you hit, I promise you, there's not a lot of people doing, let's say 25, 30 middle funnel videos every single day. And if you can do that for 100 days straight, I promise you, you'll be in the top 1% of people on TikTok Shop, guys. And like actually just knowing the pricing guidelines. And that's the part that a lot of people just starting out don't realize is how like strict these rules have become. Even if it's just throwing a price on screen, I know a lot of people start out there think they're doing nothing wrong because that's what the listing shows. And then they get hit with the bio and they don't even know what happened. And that's kind of like the scary part. It's not always some obvious mistake. Sometimes it's a small thing that just you didn't even know. And it could cost you the account at the end of the day if you're just starting out. So right now it's like more than ever, it's a quality focused game. The spam and like pray area, just post 100 videos a day is kind of over. And if your strategy hasn't evolved in the past 6 months, 3 months, even in the past month alone, it's already outdated. And you need to stay on top of the game, especially with TikTok Shop with how fast it changes.
Yeah, 100%. And I really think like you said, TikTok Shop is ever changing. It's ever evolving. And if you don't adapt to it, if you're not open to changing, you might as well quit. But the cool part is with Tribe now being here, you can kind of double dip with these middle funnel videos so that now, maybe your BOF slot videos, sure, you can make 200 of those a day. You could hit 10, 20K a month on auto repeat. Now, if you make 10 to 15, maybe even 20 to 30 middle funnel videos a day, you can just repost those straight onto Tribe now that we're a Tribe agency and double dip on the commissions, double dip with the retainers, all that sort of stuff. So I agree with you 100%. I actually do think it technically is easier nowadays to print off the TikTok shop than it was 6 months ago, because now there's more ad spend on the platform. Products are way more predictable to whether or not they're going to flop or sell. Because, for example, Bloom, right? This is a brand new product. Yeah. I knew the second I posted this, a middle funnel video, it was going to pop off and sell auto 10,000 views every time I post it. Because there's loads 100%. Of ad spend. You know, they're dumping $250,000, $500,000 in ad spend a month on the platform. And it's almost public info at this point that these brands are pouring that much ad spend. So I think like that's kind of the biggest shift that I personally seen over the past 6 to 12 months is everything is a whole lot more predictable. I can pick up a product. I know to stay away from something like a little basketball because this won't sell, whereas something like this, obviously there's ad spend. So
100%. And even now, I know like even if I post a random product, even now if it gets 50 views and then I post another random product and gets 2,000, 3,000 views, I just know which ones are already going to perform better. It's kind of predictable now where compared to organic, you could get 5,000 views on a video and then you could get 4,000 on the next one and not know what you did wrong. So I think like now it's so much easier as well. So like it's so much more money on the save.
100%. And I think too as well, since you can't post 200-300 times a day, it also wiped out a good select group of people. They just cannot make quality videos. They cannot make videos that will convert. So the competition is almost at an all-time low in terms of people getting frustrated with violations, people wanting to leave the platform, meaning the people that stick it out, ride it out, shift their content, adapt, are going to reap the benefits this Q4, especially Black Friday, 100%. Cyber Monday, Christmas sales. As we know, Q4 is 70% of affiliate earnings. Q4 ripped like freaking crazy the past 3 years I've been on this platform. This is year 4 for me on the platform.
Do even better.
Yeah. So every year it's stacked higher and higher. Insane. And this time around, I think, especially now knowing that we can actually see what brands have GMV Max behind them. It even gives you like in the collab invites, it'll tell you like shop ads commission. It'll show you like realistically if that brand is even running ad spend. So
and even what I've noticed too, if you go in collab invites, this is like a little tip. Like if you click recommended, those first like 10 products you see, most likely those all have good ad spend because they're pushing them recommended for a reason. They want you to run them. So like, it's always this little trick I used to. It's kind of insane. Like, and I think this year, like you could see a 25, 50K week, Black Friday week this year. Like it's not even a question.
Yeah. And I definitely think, with, that new feature that TikTok came out with where you can see like the charts versus the creators, where it shows like
100%.
the most game changing thing on the entire platform, makes product selection the easiest thing ever, which is all stuff that we help with inside of those strategy plans to anybody watching, all stuff that Gio will go over with you on your calls. But very, very 100%. Easy, very good feature that TikTok has came out with and kind of rolled out here over the past, I think it only came out around 2 months ago, but I know for us with product selection, it's made it easier than ever to
so much easier to just print off it too. And then like we're giving it to you each and every day, and even just sending it in the Discord, you have like there's no more 2 to 3 hour nights scrolling on Calendar or on daily virals. Like you already have the products, you know what to do. And even like I know anytime Built Puff Bar releases a new flavor, like you literally have an announcement like 1 second after in Discord. So like it's just so helpful to like hop on those things so early.
100%. Yeah. And I think that's, like you said, one of the benefits of joining us is we give you guys, I think I probably tagged VIP like probably 2 or 3 times a day at this point per day with a new product release. Anytime there's a new flavor, anytime there's a new release from something like Bloom or a big brand like Neurogum, you guys get an immediate like little ping straight to your Discord. It'll say, okay, here's the listing, go order it now. Anytime there's a QVC one, pretty much every single product that we send into the Discord, whether that's daily trending products list or in the WhatsApp chats that you guys get, when you join us directly inside of Creator Haven, the curated list, every single product we send you guys has GMV Max behind it. We're never going to send you something that doesn't have ad spend. So it's always going to be refundable sample, free sample, or you can just go in store and order it. So like you said, that's absolute game changer, especially to newer affiliates who don't know too much about product selection, don't understand what to look for, what not to look for. That's all stuff we take care of. Yeah.
And you just request it and then boom, you're good to go. And then, when this comes in, you just have to film the videos for it. So it really does like save you so much time. Yeah. And it's not even just time. It's just like you're saving yourself errors too. Like you're able to get more reps in instead of scrolling on TikTok.
100%. So kind of walk me through now the hybrid plan. So obviously this is something that we've implemented into a lot of creators, the hybrid plan. So kind of break that down.
Yeah, 100%. So the high quality badge, like right now as well, is like such a big deal just because like a lot of people right now are sleeping on it. They think they can just continue posting their bottom of funnel like they have been and nothing's going to happen. And they have like a 2% high quality badge on their account. And it's not just one of the biggest deals on the platform right now over the past 2 months. If your high quality percentage is not sitting above 20% and you're not above platinum status, you're putting yourself at risk for the 7-day or the 7-day free post restriction. And trust me, like once you get hit with that once, it's basically like the account's basically dead. I've seen some people come back from it, but it's very like you just don't even want to deal with that. So once you get hit with that, it's always seemed like it doesn't fully recover. So instead of playing that catch-up game after the damage is done, I think the move is just simply post high-quality content from day one. Yep. If you're a beginner, you're not platinum yet, you don't really understand everything. It's just middle funnel, high-quality content, and don't skip the standard. You can just we can adjust where you're in, what funnel you're posting in. The goal is just to push that percentage as high as possible as you can. I'm not talking about scraping by like 15% and thinking you're okay. I've seen people get their counts all the way up to 30, 40, 50, even I've seen like a 72%. That's the level you're aiming for, especially if you're under platinum right now. It's not complicated. A lot of people overthink it. Good lighting, good audio, and actually showing the product completely strong visual hook in the first couple of seconds, and that's it. I posted, it was like 202 one day, and then from 2012 to 202 to like 213, I posted 4 videos, all got good quality badge back to back to back. So like you really don't have to overthink it and think that it's the algorithm, because right now it's not forgiving. If you ignore this, and you're gonna get hit with that. It's just not something. I don't want you wasting a month of your time thinking you're doing it the right way.
100%.
The higher plan is just the move right now.
100%. And I especially think people want to overcomplicate the high quality badge. It's literally like I have narrow gum right here. It'd be like me taking this out and just like putting it up close, 2-3 benefits about the product, two or three features, nice little call to action at the end of the video, and then just a really good visual hook. But yeah, like you said, it's not too hard to get. And I think a lot of people, they'll overcomplicate it. And that's why they need to join Creator Haven, so they can hop on a call with you, get that strategy plan, so they're not struggling to get that quality badge and then just run into issues where they're getting these 3 posts in 7 days restrictions. Like you said, to the accounts that kind of ignore, or the creators that ignore this high quality badge, kind of what happens to these accounts, would you say? Because you see these all the time. Like, yeah.
It's probably one of the most common things I see right now. And I know a lot of people sit there and they try to like say like they're just gonna wait it out and like, oh, like I hope it comes back. But the main thing is like there's just either there's just so much POF that's posted on that account before it's even got generated enough sales. And B, it's just one of those things where you'd rather just not be in that place, because you're going to wait maybe, let's say, a week hoping that it gets lifted. And then let's say it doesn't get lifted, then that's 7 days you could have spent posting on a brand new account. So it's just one of those things where I can say even wasting a month of your time posting that type of content and then worrying about quick cash. We really want to think long-term with shot, guys, because if you're burning through your account every 2 weeks instead of just having an account that has videos posted from here, even from here till Black Friday, you're not going to be able to hit $1,000 a day on Black Friday. But if you start posting now and longevity-wise, you're going to be in a perfect spot. So really just let the snowball just play out and just do it the right way.
100%. Kind of walk me through your snowball effect that you had last Black Friday, because obviously you were getting like crazy numbers last Black Friday.
100%. So Black Friday, like I've been posting all the way from the start of the year. But really, even then, it was like I had a slow start to Black Friday. The first 2 days, it was nothing crazy. It was like a 1K and then like a $900 day between 2 accounts, so like 2K. But then someone literally sent in the paragraph style in the Discord, which I think is like the biggest thing, like just having these different styles. I think it was you actually. And then like I literally changed the style. We're still doing in-store filming. Literally changed it and did 18.2K that week. Literally just from changing a paragraph style. It was the exact same filming, just me putting a different text on screen. And that snowball effect kind of just ripped because I was doing the same winning products, introducing different high ticket products in store, and it kind of just rolled. Of course, not all of 19 was like all videos posted that week, but really that snowball effect kind of rolled with it too from throughout the year, because all these products, even during the back to school campaign, it's going to start this week. You're going to see a lot of these brands just do everything 30, 40, 50% off. And your videos are going to resurface and make that many. Like, and I had a video the other day, it was for Super Bowl from February I posted and still made a sale. So those videos will still kind of cycle through and still make sales even when it's not campaign time.
Yeah, dude. Some of my videos, like my most profitable ones ever, are posted 2024, and they'll make me 3-4 sales a day every single day. I know Caden has a NutriCross video that's like 2K a week on auto. It was posted literally 2024 Christmas. So kind of like 100%. You said, that snowball effect, especially, for quarter 4, I think is the biggest thing, especially if you can keep the accounts healthy. And I think that's the biggest thing with TikTok Shop. Like you said, you don't want to be just recycling account after account after account after account every 2-3 weeks, because then it never actually lets you build up that snowball effect. At that point, you might as well do live streams, right? Where you're not.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously with all these strategy plans, would you kind of recommend videos or live streams to the average?
I'd say videos 100%, because this is what I like to say. I know some people like to favorite live streams, but really with live streams, you're going to, let's say for the first week, you're literally saying they're going live for, let's say 2 hours, 90 minutes minimum, 2 hours. And then that's just to get like your audience engaged in TikTok size on the product. And then let's say maybe that 6th day, when you go live for 2 hours, you get 4 or 5 sales. It's just not like a time. You spent those 10 hours on videos. One of those videos you post will make you a sale when you're sleeping that day. It'll take you way less time than 10 hours worth of videoing. So I think it's more a priority to just focus on videos, because you want to get to the point where you're just waking up every day to $100 waiting for you, 200, 300, and you're not having to do anything. And I think that's a big thing, because I know Scott, like the other day, woke up to like a $700 day. And he had just woken up. And so I guess the point you want to get to is, so, not really clocking in for a job. You haven't got to sit there and talk for 2-3 hours. And you have to do that every single day. I know a lot of live streamers, they go on vacation, they come back, and they complain that it's like their algorithm's messed up. They have to start all over again. So it's not really a thing you can ever take a break from if you do live streams.
100%. I think that's the beauty of, videos as well. Like Nick, for example, went to Japan, $10,700 a month. He ran $35,000 a month, and he didn't post for 32 days. So that's the true 100%. Beauty of these, videos. They can recirculate. They can kind of pay you while you're sleeping. Like I wake up every single morning, both my accounts, I'm usually at like $400 or $500. It's like 9 a.m. I haven't even done anything. I haven't even had a sip of coffee. So I think that's the absolute beauty.
It's so nice.
Yeah, absolute beauty
100%.
of videos over live stream. So now we're kind of going to shift a little bit. So in terms of brand deals, brand deals are the part most people outside of this don't really understand at all if they're a complete beginner on TikTok Shop. Sorry. Kind of explain, what that actually means for the creator, like kind of what the brand deals offer, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the things that sounds too simple to kind of be true. Like if you're actually like on the outside, I think it's one of the best parts about being part of creatorhaven, especially for like a complete beginner. You have access to over $1,000 in brand deals right when you join, and it's just sitting there waiting for you. It's not like as long as you have an account, you're good to go. And I think it's pretty straightforward. Think of it as easy as like 30 posts on TikTok for $250 or 30 posts for $300. And that's kind of just like the structure right there. And it's how it actually plays out. You come in, you request a sample, we approve it for you. Product shows up. And now you make those 30 videos, you generate maybe a couple of sales. And then as long as you hit those 30 videos, get your sales in, follow the basic guidelines, which is honestly, they're pretty simple. You submit a Google Doc form saying, hey, I'm participating in this. This is my email address. And then you submit a payout request once you're done. And that's it. You get paid. And every month we're trying to onboard more brands. Yeah. I know like we had 4 brands. Now we're up to like almost like 8 or 9 in there.
Insane.
And it's huge. And it's only going to get bigger. And it kind of makes it huge, especially for someone brand new. It removes the scariest part of starting is what happens if I don't make a sale. You have money coming in. You're not relying purely on hoping your content goes viral or you're practicing making your videos. Yeah. You have money coming in. It's a different starting point than most people have, especially starting out with shop. And I wish I had that starting out.
No, 100%. And especially since it's a complete beginner, you can come in and literally have access to over $1,000 a month in guaranteed retainers from day one, regardless if you have any GMV. And the companies like this because they get their videos. Obviously, it's easy for you because you guys can get the high quality badge with every single brand. And there's going to be ad spend and they're vetted products that will actually convert. So I think like you said, like that's probably one of the most key things for a beginner. So they don't have to worry so much maybe the first month about commission. They can, lean more onto the retainers, kind of learn the content styles and get paid out if they just make 1 or 2 sales on the products, which I think is absolutely amazing. So kind of what is the difference between how a beginner picks products and how someone at, the top, maybe like Scott or somebody like Rand is picking products?
Yeah. So I think it was a huge difference. I think it's honestly where I see most beginners waste the most time and money. Like because you're guessing as a beginner, you don't really know what to look for. You're ordering random stuff off collab invites. You're all over the place on product marketplace. You don't have a system yet. You're basically just throwing darts at the board and hoping something sticks. And that's not a knock on beginners or anything. It just happens when you don't know what to look for. You don't know what to actually like the signs. I think like once you get further along and even just you get in the group, you'll start to kind of see these signs as well. You start seeing like which products already have GMV Max running on. And then even if once you join, you have GMV Max brands tab as well. You just go through there, which are already investing behind their campaigns with signals like tells you the product is worth your time before you even waste your time filming. And that's like a real skill gap right there because it's not that the top sellers are smarter or anything like that. It's just they know what to look for in some of these products. Because I know you could post the exact same video and one product could just not have GMV Max, one does, and one could generate 100 sales. So it's honestly like that's really it. And it's honestly one of my favorite parts is you're a complete beginner, removes the whole like scrolling on Calculator for 2 hours. You're not wasting 3 to 4 hours doing product research. You come in, you go straight to GMV Max brands, you go to tab campaigns, the daily list we send out, and it's already done for you. All that research time that you burned, it's time that you're filming, you're editing, and that's all you have to focus on.
100%.
I think that alone puts you miles ahead of your competition.
100%. And like you said, us taking, the time, doing all the product research for you guys will save you thousands, if not tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in lost revenue because we already find you the vetted products. We give you the GMV Max brands. We give you the trending products list. And then kind of on top of that, to add to that, I think a lot of beginners, they're going to only pick what they like. They might only pick this brand because they've seen it in Target and they're like, oh, this brand's good, not realizing that brand's not actually running ad spend. Or they'll pick something that's in their house because it's in their house. Whereas, a top creator like Rand, he kind of knows what to look for in a product, how many creators versus how many products sold in the last 7 days. Maybe he has a connection like I do to somebody like Bloom or somebody like Neurogum where he knows there's ad spend, where he knows it's a popular release of a product. So I really think a lot of it does come down to time as well. Once you're able to do more product research on your own, it's kind of building those brand relationships and kind of, knowing what to look for in an actual good product and making sure that brand is actually running ad spend and that product has ad spend behind it. But like you said, the fact that we're doing all the product research for you guys goes like 20,000 miles ahead of anyone else. So so
1,000%.
Yeah, 100%. So to anybody that says the market of TikTok Shop is too saturated and that they're too late, what would you kind of tell them?
I think this is like one of the things you'll hear every day, even if you just have like you have the TikTok Shop like for you page, like it's all the personal brand creators. You hear it almost every single week, almost daily. At this point, like TikTok Shop, in my eyes, it's not saturated. Shop is in its early days, if anything. Like I think you could post. It's not totally to a point where like in its early days, I know there's like 10, 15 creators. Like there was a very small group of creators where you could post a single video on like maybe one of the 100 products on Shop and you hit 100K month. Yeah. Sure, it's not like that now, But I think that's just a fear in like a lot of people inside their heads, not a reason to start. It's easier to say that than to actually, go buy an account and actually start making the videos. It's easier to say that and just go to bed at night. And what's actually like happening right now is TikTok Shop just did over $55.2 billion in the first 2 quarters of the year. And it's in Amazon eyes, it's still like a baby. But like when you compare it, like we are in the early days. Like people have said this about Amazon in 2018 or dropshipping in like 2020. Like every platform before it is going to have these early days. And meanwhile, the people who took action are bringing in these. I've seen like 168K profit month. The months just keep getting bigger, like as profit, and it's only going to keep going on as more brands get on here, more shop ads, more GMV max gets pushed. So like if you're not liking it now, you're missing out. It's not saturated. There's more time than ever right here, more ad spend than ever. More 100%. Products than ever.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's more and more brands that join every single day. And like you said, you are what you consume. So if you liked one video of somebody, complaining about TikTok Shop, all of a sudden the algorithm's going to feed you every single video in existence that's been somebody 100%. Complaining about TikTok Shop. And I would say there's probably going to be more people are going to complain about something than say something is good. So, the creators that are crushing, they don't have time to go ahead and make videos on why they're crushing because they're too busy making the content to hit that $168,000 month. The person that's at $0, 100%. Of course, they're going to go make 100 videos on why TikTok Shop sucks and not realize that they're the actual problem. So 100%. And as more brands come on every single day, I agree with you. There's more ad spend. There's more opportunity than ever. And like you said, now we have almost probably over 1 million products on TikTok Shop to choose from, where in the early days, there was only 100. So that just means more ad spend. And there's nowhere near enough creators for the amount of brands on this platform. So 100%. Nowhere near.
And like what you're saying too, like I say this every single time, like what you just said, like every time I see someone complaining about Shopper, they'll pull up someone else's page and then they'll complain about it. It's like, this is time you could have spent doing 2 or 3 more videos that you could have pushed out on your page. So there's just really no point to hate at all. Like, and if you're hating, it's just a point where I feel like you're not happy with like where you're at with Shopper or this or that. You should really just always be putting that energy towards your videos, your samples, there's a million other things you can do with Shop and hate on someone, or hate tell them the algorithm is terrible. Yeah. Just focus on your content.
100%. So somebody comes to you and says that they're too old for this or too shy or they hate being on camera. What would you kind of tell them?
Yeah. So to be completely honest, it's like one of the things that actually like kind of like breaks my heart a little bit because so many people have like a life-changing opportunity in their hands, but they take it away from themselves. And I think it's just because like they're afraid to show their face or voice on camera. But most people, like if you actually talk to them, they're like their worst critique about themselves. Like it's like people won't post a video that other people would never notice anything wrong with. And it's just like the fact. I know TikTok Shop, like it doesn't require you to be like a 22-year-old dancing in good lighting and be outside and doing these crazy dance moves. Because there's people here who have never showed their face. They film like hands only. They do voiceovers. I know like now that's a little bit more harder, but definitely there's still people who work around it. Like there's obstacles that you can work around it. And age is absolutely like an asset. And I think a lot of people like miss on now. Like if you're 40, 50, 60, like, and you're able to post a video doing a skincare product, like you're hitting a demographic that is so small of a creator that you're going to like print with that. I think just because you have trust with that audience and I think even being shy isn't a personality flaw. Of course, like the first week of you reporting videos, it's going to feel weird hearing your voice on camera. Now it's just like, it's going to be harder for you not to film 3 months later in every day than it is to not film. So like, you just need to get the reps and get comfortable with it and it's going to come naturally. So like, don't take that opportunity away from yourself. It's just like public speaking. Like there's just so many things that once you work your way over it, you're completely fine. So like, don't let this golden opportunity be taken away from that 100%. Small opportunity.
100%. I would definitely say, with age, like Anthony, for example, just hit a $6,000 week on Tribe. He's 50 years old. He hit the demographic, the UNC demographic with Tasteful Co. low-cal sauces because of just, how he looks on camera and what he's actually saying and doing. So like you said, like age sometimes can actually be an asset to you and use that to your advantage like he did. And he hits that specific demographic. You go through the comment section on that meta ad and it's just all people that look like him, all people around his age demographic. So like you said, like it's an advantage.
Yeah. And it prints and it's like the crazy thing off of it. And like, everyone has an advantage and like everyone, you might look at yourself and be like, I don't have an advantage. Everyone has some advantage about themselves and you should just use it. You should use it to your advantage. Don't let it like as a weakness. Exactly. Like so many people have an unfair advantage, go use it.
So what do you think the average person gets wrong about how long TikTok Shop takes, before it works, before they start seeing crazy results?
Yeah. So I think the main thing, a lot of people think they're going to get like this 30-day miracle screenshot or like the 2-week screenshot and then it's going to be like a $1,500 day. And I think that's exactly what like sets up most people to quit. Because like, before it would work out, the truth is like it took me 90 days before I saw a crazy number day. That's the truth that just most people don't really want to hear to make money on TikTok Shop, or like the 60, 90, sometimes 120 days before it clicks and you see like those crazy numbers. But every single one of those days they were posting consistently, testing new styles of content, testing new products. And they were not just posting once a week and then scrolling on there every morning, refreshing their dashboard, wondering why their sales didn't go up and their views are going down because there's one video. And it's just the audience needs to learn to trust you. Like that algorithm needs that data. Your content just needs the reps to actually find what converts. And I think it's like the biggest thing is like ones who blow up overnight, it's never like they blew up overnight. Like I know someone had like a video that did like, it was something crazy. It was the Dr. Dan whitening strip. So if you went back on his page and you scrolled, it was months upon months of videos that he posted. And he hit 100K months, sure, but there was literally months and months of content that no one was talking about. It wasn't like he just hit like this crazy 16 million view video. There was months upon months upon months and months of videos that no one sees. So it's never like, there's always work that has to be put in. So if you're going in expecting 90 days of you just building, I think that's the best mindset you can have. You're not going to quit on day 20 when you don't see anything crazy. But like when you get to day 9, you're going to see like this, you're going to see the sales coming in, the product views, impressions. You're going to have that system strategy in place and just get to where you want to be.
100%. And like you said, especially building up that snowball effect is something we tell every single brand we work with too, and why every single brand is on a 3 to 6 month contract is because we're not going to promise a brand. We will never promise a creator they're going to see X, Y, and Z in 30 days because all of it really comes down to whether you're posting, staying consistent. And obviously there can be, we do have examples like Luke, 30 days, he hit $17,000.
Yeah.
Scott, for example, you have the oddballs, not saying that it's very rare, but it can happen. And obviously that's great.
100%.
Most people, I would say 90% of people, it can definitely take a bit. For yourself, it took 90 days. For a bunch of people, it could take 90, it could take 180 days. And it really just is about showing up every single day, making sure that you're staying consistent and overall just becoming process-based, not so much results-based. And I think the people that stay process-based and don't look at the commission for like 6 months, they'll open their phone on like month 7 and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I just hit a $20, $30, $40, $50,000 month. And the creator that's stressing every single day, right when they wake up, cortisol spiking themselves at 7 in the morning. Oh my gosh, I'm at $5. Those are the creators that get too in their heads. Those are the creators that you're going to see on your feed making the videos about how they hate TikTok Shop so much. So I really do think a lot of it comes down to staying process-based through, TikTok Shop is a roller coaster. They're going to be the highs, there's going to be the lows. 100%. And it's about just...
You're going to have the highest highs like Black Friday, and then you're going to have the lowest lows as well. So it's really kind of that up and down thing. Is don't always think about it's going to be high. There's definitely going to be lows that come along with it. I think that's kind of like what makes TikTok Shop so rewarding. Is the highs wouldn't feel so good if it was all the time. Win. Everyone would be doing it then.
100%. So what would you say someone actually needs to bring to the table for this to kind of work? Is it time, money, personality? Kind of what would you think?
Yeah. So I think time, honestly, but not even a large amount of time. I think it's just time and consistency. If you can set aside an hour, 2 hours a day and just be willing to show up, you don't need a huge budget. You can start posting content, getting to a shop after you buy your first account with like basically no money besides the account. You don't need a certain personality. You don't need to be super loud on camera. People who are super quiet, soft spoken. But I also have high energy students that like can do like the pulling the shorts down, doing the not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. So it's like there's an audience for everything. So it's real thing is consistency and willing to set aside that time every day to show up. And I'll tell you, someone who's willing to show up every day for post 20 videos and then not complain once the videos flop the first time, the first week, the first month, that's someone who's willing to be sold that hook didn't work and then they're willing to try their stuff. That's really it. If you're willing to just be able to take those criticisms, adjust it, and then just continue to put out the volume, you're going to be able to like hit those months. Even during Black Friday, everything else is just doing the reps, like talking on camera, even just showing the product on camera, doing different angles. That's stuff you're going to be able to just learn. But even having the product selection and everything else that Creator Haven has, it just puts it all together so well.
100%. And you said that during Black Friday of last year, you did $18,000 in profit without even owning the actual product. So to anybody sitting here, you literally just need an account. You don't necessarily need to go out and spend $10,000 on products because 1, we auto approve you, but 2, we have methods where you can always go in store. You can always, 100%. I know we have a couple creators that do this. They have like a little Best Buy pass where they buy the product and they return it 90 days later and they get a full refund and they make, let's just say $2,000-$3,000 off that product. So I think that's something that's, absolutely key, especially for a lot of beginners. Like there's not really a whole lot of upfront capital you need to start TikTok Shop. If you're a complete beginner, a lot of it just comes down to utilizing the actual strategies that we offer.
Yeah, I'll kind of go into that. Like, so like Black Friday, I literally went to Walmart and they had like a double KitchenAid display. Literally just filmed the display of it. And that's like was like half my sales during Black Friday. It was like a $70 commission KitchenAid. And I know like now you're kind of talking about like that Best Buy thing. You can literally get, I think whatever their program is where you sign up for your like warranty and returns, you can get it 180 days. So you guys should go buy a really nice Dyson vacuum that's now on shop. That's like $600 or $700 and then do videos with it for 3-4 months. Make 20x what that vacuum cost you, but still go return it and then be completely fine. There really are methods to where you just go in store. You can, I know some people take it to like the back of the store and then film on a show. Like there's so many opportunities where you don't have to even have the product on hand in the first place until you like, I know like gold, you'll get to a point where you'll have endless amounts of samples coming in. But before then, there's still so many ways where you don't even have to touch a product and you can still hit those crazy weeks like I had without even having it on hand.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously now you run a Monday mindset call every single week, every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why does that mindset call matter in like a business like TikTok Shop? Like why should somebody really care about their mindset?
100%. I think like one of the main reasons with TikTok Shop is you're your own boss. You're the one telling yourself what you have to do every day. It's not someone else you walk in and they tell you what to do. And TikTok Shop isn't like a set and forget type business. It's not something you just like leave alone. It's gonna work. So it's really is a business built on rejection, failure, seeing which videos flop, and like being able to show up. And like even when the algorithm feels random or it's not working, or even when you're watching someone else's video pop off and yours is at like 30, 40, 50 views for the past 12 hours. If your mindset isn't in the right place, you're going to be able to easily fold. And I think that's one of the main reasons so many people truly do fail with Shop as a whole. It's just because like you tell someone, hey, like you have to do something for 90 days straight. You're not going to see any results, but trust me, like at the end of it, you're going to hit 10K. Not many people are willing to do that. And it's so easy because it's like it's the same thing day in and day out. But like the people who make it aren't the ones with the best content or the perfect content. It's really the people who are posting the content day in and day out, even if it's not all the way perfect. And it's not they're even overthinking, they're just getting the content out. And it's kind of like the skills we teach in here it's like the resilience is what actually matters so much more, and having the right mindset, knowing you have that mindset, like you're going to perform like a top 1% of everyone else, like in TikTok Shop, really just change the game. Even when you're filming 15 videos, just having the right, you're gonna get burnt out. Like if you film 15 videos back to back, but if you have the right mindset to say, hey, it's just going to make me 20, 50K this month, like you're going to want to have the highest energy those next 15 videos you film for that day. I think that's like one of the best things to have is you have the right mindset, you have the why, you're gonna be able to do whatever you need to make TikTok Shop work.
100%. And I think especially nowadays, like we said from the beginning, with the roller coaster of emotions, being able to kind of have something you can always go back to, make your mind right before you film all your videos. So you're approaching every single video, approaching everything with an input base, and keeping a level head throughout the highs and the lows, not getting caught up in either direction is absolutely key, especially longevity wise as an affiliate, because we are running our own businesses as affiliates, right? Nobody's here to tell you have to film at this time. Nobody's saying you have to show up. Nobody's saying you have to do X, Y, and Z. So being able to always go back to that mindset, like you talk about in your calls every single week, I think is absolutely key and really good, especially for all the campaigns. And even when violations and stuff come around, to be able to always go back to, okay, this is what I have to do. This is how I have to frame this in my mind, that, maybe this is a blessing that this is happening, and maybe this is happening for a reason, and always understanding that, there's no light without dark. And, sometimes.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
You always got to see the light at the end of the tunnel, especially with TikTok Shop. And I know like it definitely does suck sometimes where it's like, oh, like it's been a month and a half and I haven't seen like $1,000. I get it, but like definitely there's points where like even if someone will come in and be, I hit $500 my first month, but it's not 2,000. You're doing like better than like 50% of TikTok Shop creators. And that it's kind of just like crazy. If you just follow what we do in here, like, of course you're going to see the results right away, but you just got to give it time and you're going to see everything and have like, we had two people buy cars in the past month in Creator Haven. I think that's like it speaks for itself. And it's just, they've shown up every day for the past 6-7 months and puts you in that spot.
Yep. 100%. So what would you say is your favorite moment as a coach? Like kind of the one thing that keeps you going? Was there one specific student, one specific call? Kind of break that down for me.
And honestly, like, I love the big income screenshots, or someone telling me like, I don't get me wrong. Like I had someone like she hit a 12K her first month, like doing like, I think it was like her second month coming in. And we got her to 12K and she was like, so happy. So like, and of course that makes me happy, but I think it's more like the message I get from someone who like, they were scared to post the videos in their drafts. They posted them and they made their first like 5 sales. And I feel like that is that little like dopamine boost that they got, or like just that little like hit that it's actually possible to make money off Shop.
Yeah.
I feel like that feels 10 times better because like, anyone would watch this, they would post it. They wouldn't have posted it, delete it, but they see that it's actually possible now, and they claim like this close to just not doing it. And like that's just the like moment that like I really like seeing, because it's not like really about the videos, it's just about someone proving to themselves like I can actually do this. And I think just push through the fear of like I don't want to be on camera or this or that, and just having the whole feeling around that is great.
No, 100%. I absolutely love that. I think for me, who would I say was my craziest one that I think? Oh, so I have one. So I think it would be Kelly for me. Kelly or John. Kelly, because she came to us at 0 and just followed everything down the T and kind of just listened to every single call, listened to the exact strategies, all that sort of stuff, and was able to scale to like over 100. Now she's doing over 100,000 GMV a month. But just like her personality on camera, being able to kind of mix up her content and shift. And I love how she's like super coachable. When something goes wrong, she doesn't come in and just, point fingers. She accepts that maybe she messed up here, she messed up here. Here's how she can fix it. And then John as well, kind of reminded me of that, where maybe he wasn't as comfortable at first, showing his face on camera. And then once he got a little more comfortable, like you said, probably very similar to the person you're talking about, all of a sudden seeing sales. So definitely can see it from both sides. But yeah, absolutely love that.
It's great. And I think, like, it's a great feeling, like overall, just seeing someone start like seeing that success take off. And it's a great feeling.
100%. So to anybody that's on the fence about Creator Haven right now, this very second, maybe they're watching this video, they've watched it all the way through over the past 55, 57 minutes. Kind of what would you tell them? Why should they start? Why should they join us? Why should they pick us over all the other TikTok Shop agencies or mentorships out there?
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I think like, I'm gonna be honest, if you watch all the way through, like being on the fence right now is probably like the most expensive place, not even like just money's sake, but like Because if you're on the fence for the next, let's say, month and a half, like it's a month you could have had momentum, that could have been the month you're already to gold the next month. And it's either you grow or the doubt grows, and either you're putting yourself in a place where either A, you're never going to take action, or you do B, you take action, you take the plan and you make it work. So there's like, here's what I noticed is it's never almost, you're on the fence right now. It's almost never really like, you're here for a reason. You watch this all the way through. Like you obviously believe like it's going to work for you. And I know a lot of people are wearing like the idea of like, they're trying to just be smart about the idea. And I think we're doing more research, and it's not actually unsure if it's worked, because you've seen the screenshots, you've seen people buy cars. Like you're not actually unsure if like TikTok shop's going to work or not. It's just whether or not you like are willing to lock in and make it work. And I think like right now, if you're ready to take action, just lock in. No one joins Creator Haven feeling fully ready. No one's like, I'm 100% perfect right now. I know what I'm doing. But the people who end up winning are the ones who really just decide, hey, I'm going to take action today. I'm going to make this work. And they start showing up every single day. You're going to get a strategy plan. We're going to hop on a call. You're going to know exactly what to do. Or tonight, you're going to be sitting there at 1 a.m. with 15 tabs open, and you're going to be researching like, what am I going to like, how to start a TikTok shop? And you're at the same point you were at when you could have already had a strategy plan made for you the next day and gotten a good night's sleep. So that's literally what the call is for. It's no repression, no real pitch. It's just clarity. So I think if you guys are interested, go to that link down below, and I think it'll help a lot of people get to where they want to be with shop.
100%. And I really think that's what separates us from any other community out there. If people do their research, is we have a specified, or we do one-on-one coaching directly. Every single week. 100%. You will meet with Gio. He will build you that custom strategy plan, build you that custom game plan. It's a very hand-holding process. You get a direct WhatsApp group chat with myself, my co-founder Caden, Gio, and then we also have one with somebody who does stuff with our brands, Marissa. So we're going to have basically a WhatsApp group with 5 people. You get one-on-one calls with Gio. You get the Discord with 5 active calls a week. So I think that that's really how we separate ourselves here at Creator Haven, is that custom strategy plan, the hand-holding process, and you get the agency benefits as well. You have the violation support, you have the brand deals, you have the retainer deals, auto-proof free samples. So it's kind of an all-in-one umbrella for anything you would need to go from 0 to 15K a month, or anywhere from 15 to 40, 40K and beyond. So absolutely
100%.
amazing.
I always say, I think like no one else is really doing like the one-on-one truly like this. I think that's really what makes it stand out. And like, even if you're just starting, we're gonna help you get that. Even if you don't even have an account yet, we're gonna help you buy an account, get you posting, know what to do, get you samples coming in right away. And even like having like huge brands like Medicube, I'm just going to instantly get right away to your doorstep and start posting. It's going to make it 10 times easier, and be basically already like month 1 or month 2 for a lot of these creators who are just starting out off your first call. So like, go ahead and just save yourself the time, and like, let's just get you to 10K a month already if you're just starting.
100%. And like you said, like I really want to emphasize to anybody watching this right now that we are one-on-one coaching. Like you will get on one-on-one calls. You will get that custom strategy plan specifically for your account, specific products specifically for your account. You're not just going to be dumped off into some Discord group chat or some Discord with 3,000, 4,000 people and said goodbye to. Not at all. It's very one-on-one hands-on, which is why the results are absolutely insane inside of Creator Haven.
And it's kind of like why you'll see too. Like I know like sometimes too, like even if you message at 1 a.m., one of us will be up. You're gonna get a response. Like even you have us 24/7 in the group chat, and like there's no reason you have every question to be answered, and like we're gonna help you get to where you need to be.
100%. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Gio. It was a pleasure. 100%. 2 million GMV. He is now a coach inside of Creator Haven who's been crushing over the last 4 to 5 months. But yeah, to anybody watching, we have a link below to apply to work with us directly inside of Creator Haven. It only takes about 30 to 60 seconds of your time. Gio, if you want to shout out any socials or anything like that.
Yeah. If you guys want to go like follow my personal brand TikTok, it's gio.escalera, like up there. And then just go follow that. Instagram's the same thing. And then YouTube, the same thing as well. I might post like a full story here soon about my full TikTok shop journey.
Let's go.
But yeah, go click that link down below, guys. If you're trying to get coached, we'll help you the full way, and it'll be with me too as well. So you'll know who you're talking to.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody gained so much out of this interview. Thank you so much to Gio for hopping on with us. It is always truly a pleasure. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it was great catching up with Gio. He has now done over $2 million with the TikTok shop GMV and is now one of our head VIP coaches here inside of Creator Haven. And if you guys are interested in working with us directly inside of Creator Haven, like I said at the very end of that video, a little form, 30 to 60 seconds of your time to fill out the form at the bottom of this video. And please make sure to like this video and subscribe if you have not already, and we'll see you guys in the next one.